This conference is the seventh time this conference has happened in Australasia. And over the years it's been in many places around the whole region, in New Zealand and Australia. And this is the third time it's been in Byron Bay, and it was awesome. It just gets better and better and more amazing, and the presenters were great, the organization was fantastic, the venue's great, and I just feel really honored and blessed to be here with so many amazing people and just celebrating love and life force and coming all the way into our presence and our power and really integrating all of who we are. So I'm just so happy to see people waking up and dropping into creating heaven on earth. Well, the vision was to come together with other amazing people from the fields of sacred sexuality, shamanism, consciousness, human evolution, and to bring us all together to support an acceleration in the shift of consciousness on the planet. So that's really what it's about, and really honoring life force and specifically addressing all the guilt, fear, and shame around sexuality that people are conscious and unconscious of. Because it's really muting the life force energy, and all the confusion around who we are as sacred sexual beings needs to be addressed. And until that happens, we're not really going to be able to step fully into our power, and we're not going to really be able to manifest love and peace on earth. So there's a lot of great consciousness work out there. There's a lot of great meditation, a lot of great yoga, a lot of great things. But in general, even in the spiritual communities and consciousness communities, people are still afraid of sexuality. They're afraid to address these issues. They're afraid to support people in healing their confusion and their misunderstandings around who we are as sexual beings. And until that happens, we're not going to be able to really shift the consciousness on the planet. The worldwide phenomenon is that what's happening, as always has happened in our evolution as human beings, is that different reference points are seeded. So different seeds of consciousness happen, and it wakes up in people. Groups of people, individuals oftentimes, different places on the planet, and then that expands. And what happens is people start to resonate and start to wake up. And then what happens is we hit a certain threshold where morphogenic response kicks in, the whole 100th monkey thing. And then what happens is we have a major shift in consciousness. Some of the places, North America, was seated in Sedona. Here in the first conference was in Melbourne, and then it's just expanded all over the major cities in Australia. Perth, and there's the communities are growing in Perth and Melbourne and Brisbane and Byron and Sydney and other places as well. In Europe, it's taking off like crazy. Of course, Israel, and then in Germany, in the UK, in Spain, Poland. So conferences and gatherings and festivals are popping up all over the place. We have a big training in Sweden this year, and it continues to expand in North America as well. And we're working on being able to have that happen in places that are more economically depressed. We've had conferences in South Africa, but the whole continent of Africa, there's so much that's needed there, as well as India and Asia and Russia and other places too. So especially in the Middle East, how to shift the deep pain and suffering and shame and fear around our sexuality. I'm just noticing where consciousness is springing up, and where people are springing up that have a clue, and then letting them know they're not alone, and actually bringing in more support for them to be able to network and refine what they're doing so that the message can become clearer and stronger. And more than information, it's really about embodiment. It's really about people really embodying their spirituality and embodying it all the way full chakra, so that their passion is moving with their spirituality. And that kind of power and that kind of presence is unstoppable. So as an organization, ISTA is spreading like wildfire, and we're all standing together to support people to wake up.